I can't see how that is good value for money. That is what a customer has come back to me and said. I've priced the job and the customer's come back and said, I can't see that's good value for money. It's only going to take you a certain amount of time to do, and I only want to pay you this much. So buckle up, because I'm going to show it from my point of view and justify exactly why I charged what I charged. Right, welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody is doing well. This video is going to be one that every plumber or electrician or carpenter will have had at some point, and it is that nightmare customer that you price a job for and they come back saying, I don't know why you're charging that much, it's not going to take you that long, and you're just too expensive. And I'm going to show you exactly what a customer sent to me or to the chippy that I'm doing some work with, and basically what they were willing to pay me. So now it seems customers are telling us what they're going to pay. It's not an auction, you know, we're tradespeople. People are paying for them years of knowledge. So don't go anywhere, because I'll get onto that before we get into this week's video, which is a little rad change, so it's not too bad. First off, let's do a little bit of housekeeping. The last video I put this intro at the end because some people had said they preferred to just get straight into the video. I put it at the end, and fair play, a lot of people commented. I get it, some people don't like it and they skip through it, brilliant. And some people were saying it's great at the end. I personally, I didn't like the way the video flowed with it at the end. So I'm going to keep it at the start as it is now. And as always, appreciate people that watch it. And I appreciate if you want to skip through it. You know, at the end of the day, we're all tuning into this channel for whatever suits yourself. And I'm just glad you're tuning in. And on that note, we've had a few new subscribers. So welcome to the channel. I'm Mark. It's a channel about real world plumbing, just my day in, day out, going to the merchants, going to jobs when they go right, when they go wrong. And this one is actually going to be a bit of a rant for 5 minutes. So buckle up and we'll go through it because I've got it all on my phone. So this is how it happened. I'll put everything up here as long as I know how to edit it in. Everything I'm going to put up here. So as I'm talking through it, it will be popping up here. So let's put it into some context. I'm doing some work, or I've done some work for a chippy mate of mine. Shout out to Dave Bishop. Go and give him a follow on Instagram, Dave Bishop's Carpentry. I've been doing some work for Dave, and he had, funny enough, he had a little job from this customer. She got him in on the pretense of just a day's work to fit some units. Now, he rung me up after 2 or 3 days of being on this job and said, Mark, could you come and have a look at fitting the towel rail in the bathroom, and there's a downstairs rad that needs doing. So I went out to see him, and he basically said to me, the customer got me here for a day to do this, and he's there 3 days. He basically fitted the bathroom for her, because this is a key bit, because the previous plumber or the previous tradespeople never went back. As you will all know, that is a massive, massive red flag to anyone. Dave knew it. Dave, you know, he's been in the trade long enough, he knows what's what, so it wasn't too much of a worry. Anyway, he got me there to give him a price for connecting the towel rail up in the bathroom. One of the pipes needed altering. It's a 10mm pipe coming above the floor, and they wanted it putting under the floor, along and into the towel rail, the other side connected up. And then downstairs there was a rad that had been hung, probably by the previous people, too high, so it needed dropping down and connecting into the system. So the system needed, it was a pressurized system, the system would have needed to be drained down. Drain the system down, connect the downstairs radiator. I think it needed a couple of valves or something on it from memory. And then upstairs, get the floor up, expose the 10mm pipe, hang the radiator, hang the towel rail, connect it up, alter the 10mm pipe under the floor, get it under the floor, up and into the bottom of the towel rail. And then obviously put the floor back down. Refill the system, add inhibitor, spend however long it takes to vent the system. It's a fairly big house. It was pressurized, so shouldn't have been an issue. Go around and vent the radiators and make sure the job's all clean. So at this point, what would you roughly gauge the price for that to be? So it's drain a system, connect a rad downstairs, move the position of the rad, connect the rad downstairs, hang the towel rail, floor up, alter the 10mm pipes into the system, connect it all in, run the system back up, put inhibitor in it, make sure everything's right, put the floorboards back down, etc, etc. Now, as I say, Dave's done work for me before. I could fit it in. They needed it doing by the end of January. I could fit it into a few little jobs. and I'll be with Dave, so it's good to catch up with a few people. So I said to Dave, as a mate, we all know a mate, I'm going to have them t-shirts made up as a mate. So I said to Dave, as a buddy of mine, I'll do it for 200 quid plus the bits. Now that's cheap. You know, it's probably going to be, I would say, half a day, possibly. If everything is right, half a day. So I said 200 quid plus the bits. Let's now get on to the message. So, as I say, I'll put it up here. So, this is Dave to me. Morning, mate. Hope you had a good new year. Just in Barford, have you got a date and price for those radiators as the customer is asking? Thanks. Hey, buddy, we'll take a look later. Was connecting that one up and the one downstairs, wasn't it? So, connecting the towel rail up and the one downstairs. Yeah, that's it. They're coming to do the bathroom floor on Monday the 23rd. If you can do it before then, perfect. I can do it next Wednesday, so I fitted it in. Do it next Wednesday, looking around 200 quid plus the bits. Sound, we'll let the customer know. How much you think for the bits? 30 quid-ish. Okay, I've messaged her. Right, so this is where, this next message is where she's come back to him. So Dave's obviously messaged her, blah, 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 blah. She's come back. Too expensive, straight off. 2 radiators, 2 hours max. So she's telling me, or telling Dave, it's only going to take 2 hours. I don't know what she does for a living, but it's not a plumber. 2 hours, 2 hours max. Can't see that as good value, I'm afraid. So straight away, he's sent that back. So Dave's replied to that. Fucking customers haven't got a clue, which they haven't. Some have, some haven't. So that's pissed me off straight away. So in my head, straight away, I'm not interested in this job anymore. I don't want to do it. You know, for her to come back to that at 200 quid, not interested. I've replied to Dave, what about the bit about draining the heating system, refilling it, adding a heater? This is why that woman has had so many tradespeople. It's clear. Dave's replied, I know, yeah, that's my reply. It's more than 2 hours work, has got to drain the system and move the pipe. I've been today, finished that bathroom that he was doing and just sent her the fastest invoice he's ever done. We'll wait and see now and she can sort her own plumber out. Fuck it. And to be fair, that's right. You know, he's given her a price. She's come back with that. Dave's gone, you know what? You sort it. I don't want to get involved. I spoke to my plumber. He's give you a fair price. If it's not good enough, you sort it. So I said, not your fault, mate. Don't worry. People like that really don't have a clue. I hope you don't have any issues getting paid, as I can see her being a right pain. So that was me to him then. Look, if she's like that, is she going to be a pain paying you? Yeah, I don't think she knows what's involved. She asked me for just a day's work to finish the bathroom, as I've said, and he's been there 3 days. She's asked me to do loads more there as well, so we'll wait and see. If she don't pay, I'll be ripping the bathroom back out. You know, it's just what us tradespeople say. There's a reason why you had to finish off someone's work, because she's clearly a nightmare. It's like the message you forwarded to me that she sent. She's saying it's 2 hours max. She's telling you how long she thinks it's going to take. Hate customers like that. If she came back, so this is me. If she came back and said, yeah, do it, I wouldn't want to do it now. Even if she said, I'll pay you double. My interest in that job is gone now. I'm not interested. Let me know how it goes. So he's then invoiced her. She's paid him. Then she's came back and said, hi Dave, all paid. Hi Dave, all paid. Do you think the plumber would do it for 150? She's now bartering with me, or with Dave. No. Do you think the plumber would do it for 150? Think that seems fairer? Oh, okay, that seems fairer to you. For me, no. This is what annoys tradespeople. This is where tradespeople don't get their say in things like this. Do you think that seems fair? Just hate being overcharged. Well, you wasn't. No way was 200 quid overcharging her for that. Or do you think I'm being unreasonable? Yes, Sarah, you are being unreasonable. And he's just replied, fuck's sake. On the plus side, Dave got his money. As long as you got your money, mate, yeah, sorted. So I've heard nothing back from it. And don't think Dave has either. Right, I've just had to quickly jump back in the van to re-record this little bit because I messaged Dave just to say, you don't mind me taking screen grabs of what I've just showed you. And he was like, yeah, no, not a problem, etc., etc. And then he went, I'll quickly send you another text message that this lady sent him a week or so later, I assume. Again, I'll put it up here so you can see it. So it says, so sorry, Dave. Hope I've not offended you. I'm very annoyed with myself for turning down your plumber. It was really stupid of me. I hope we've not fallen out. All paid. Obviously, Dave's not fell out with her. It's not that. But the fact of she's now gone, or from what I can assume, she's now gone with the quote that I gave her of 200 quid, and she tried to get it down to 150 because she thought it was too expensive, and Dave left her to go and get her own plumber. She's obviously now gone to A, try and get another plumber that she can't get, or B, she's gone to another plumber and they've turned around and gone, oh, it's 500 quid. So now she's kicking herself. It's... People just don't realise when they get genuine tradespeople, they need to trust them. You know, I've been around for years, Dave's been around for years. If I have a customer that asks me if I've got an electrician, I give them my electrician because they trust me and they trust me that I'm giving them good tradesmen. So yeah, in hindsight, she shouldn't have gone down that route, but as soon as you do that, you ruffle feathers. But that is why customers, this is the bit that the general public sometimes don't see. Customer has a preconceived idea of how long a job is going to take, and you get in a don't get me wrong, there are people that will rip people off. You know, some people would have gone out and charged 600 quid for that or whatever. There are people that go out. I work in my local town. I've got 16 years worth of working for myself in my local town. I wouldn't rip people off because one bad job, everyone will know about it. So that was a fair price for her, and I just wanted to give you an overview of that because that job really pisses trades off. It's even if it's a 200 quid job like that, or a £2,000 job, or it's like when you go to do bathrooms. I always ask the customer, have you got a rough figure of where you want to be at? Because people's idea of a bathroom renovation is you get it done for 3 grand all in, or 10 grand all in. It completely differs on bathroom to bathroom what you're putting in. So I hope you appreciated that little rant, a little bit of a rant, but it's just what goes on. As I always say, this is real world plumbing. I'm showing you what we've got to put up with. So if you appreciate that, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I admit it's a little bit of a rant and some people have skipped through it because they're not interested, but if you have watched it, you'll completely understand. And drop me a comment below about any jobs like that you've had, any little stories like that you've had, because I'm not the only one. I know full well I'm not the only one. But right, that's my little rant over. Let's get on with the video. It's a little video about changing a rad with a nice little hack for if you're trying to get a rad into 2 fixed pipes. So take a look, see what you think, and I shall catch you on the next one. Right, today is just a crap, horrible day. The last time I was at this job, it was in the middle of the summer, it was red hot. Some of you may notice by that there, it is the job where I did 2 bathrooms back to back. I'll put a link up the top there and you can have a look at it. We did a modern bathroom and a Victorian style bathroom, but it's the same house. Whereas today we've just come to change a rad in this downstairs cloakroom because it's all flaking off and corroding on the front. So I'll take you in and show you exactly what we've got to do. So this is the downstairs cloakroom, and as you can see on the front of the rad, it's all corroded and the paint's flaking off and everything. So Stu, customer, has picked up a new rad, same size as that one. So what we're going to do, he's not too bothered about changing the valves because they're going to redo all downstairs at some point anyway. So we're just going to shut off, obviously, the TRV, shut the lock shield off that side, whip the rad off and put the new one on in its place. Now what I'm going to have to do is take this drain off, tail off as well, because as you can see that spans quite a bit of distance across there as well. So we'll isolate this, get this drain down and take the tails out and make them into our new rad. As you can see, it is a little bit of a squeeze in here for me, but we've got to get ourselves in. I was thinking of taking the door off just to give myself a little bit more room, but it is what it is. So we've got the lock shield turned off, we've got the TRV turned off, we've got a little drain off here. So what we'll do, we'll open that up, and again, I think I showed you in my van clean out video, this little tub, foldable tub, is perfect for stuff like this. So we'll just pop that under there and drain out what's in this rad and then get it off. So hopefully this will work. Sometimes I can see shut, but I shall see. That looks promising. That's assuming TRV's shutting off. There seems to be a fair bit of pressure in there, considering the rad's turned off. Don't think that is holding, which is going to be a pain. I don't think, so the lock shield's off, I don't think this is holding or shutting off completely. Let's have a quick look. So what I've got is a little decorator's cap out the van. I always keep a load of different versions of them because some valves are slightly different. So I've popped the decorator's cap on, shut the TRV side off, obviously shut the lock shield side off. We drain it down into these dead handy foldable buckets. I think they're like 12 quid off eBay. It's worth getting a few of them. And then as they fill up, they become quite sturdy, to be fair. So we just chuck it down the toilet, get it out of the way and get the rad off. So taking the old rad off, you can see we've got a few different designs of wallpaper. We got that one, then the old wood chip one, and then just lining paper. But as I said, we're just going to put this back on because all downstairs is going to be done at some point. We've got to alter the brackets slightly. That's the original bracket, comes up a bit short. They're the new brackets, so just marked them up. We'll get the new brackets on, get the rad hung, and connect the tails up and get it bled. So we've got the brackets on. What I'm going to have to do now, because we've got 2 give or take fixed points here, I'm going to have to push this tail in this end and then move this. It's got a little bit of movement on that end to get it on connected to the other side of the rad. What I'll do is twist that fitting if I can. So there we go. I'll move that round that way and then we should be able to get it on this end a little bit easier once the rad is on the wall. Helps if I take that off, doesn't it? This is going to be awkward. Just think it's going to be massively tight. To get that in. Right. What I'm going to do is take this drain off tail out because I just think that is what's throwing us out. I don't know whether the rad's slightly bigger, but just the span between, and I think about 30 mil is throwing us out. So I'm going to whip that out, put a straight tail in. Yes, it's not going to have a drain off on it, but it's not a problem, to be honest. Let's try that just to make life a little bit easier. So I've made just a normal tail into there. So let's see if it's going to go on a little bit easier. That's better. So it's connected this end, then what we'll do, we'll just spin that round that end. There's a little bit of movement on there, so it should go into there all right. But yeah, it's just that the length of that little drain off tail was throwing it out slightly, so the other rad must have been maybe 20-30 mil shorter. So that's how it's connected in or pushed into position. But yeah, that's a handy little hack sometimes, is just turn the body of the valve round. It just gives you a little bit more leeway, and then all you've got to do, just be a little bit careful when you turn it back and just tighten it up a little bit. But obviously we'll be able to get that, and they're a treat. So let's get it connected up. There we go, new rad on. So let's open up, if we can, top shield with the decorator's cap off. As I say, these are always handy to keep in the van. Some valves are slightly different, so just whenever you get some valves that you're putting into a rad, keep them safe somewhere, because they will help you out. Let's pop TRV back on there. Can't do it one-handed. Pop the TRV back on there. It's a gravity fed system, so we get it vented out, and that's that one done.